and fireflies.
Okay. I better turn my phone down.
He's thinking. Hey, we are here. We are live. Live, Angie.
Live, 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 live.
Live. La 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 live. Hello, everyone. What are you and you, but especially you, grateful for tonight? Yeah, you, Angie. I'm talking to you tonight.
I'm grateful that I am in 70-degree weather, not -2 or whatever it is.
Oh, hey,
Uh,
April and Carrie. Yes, you mean the temperature is different in Florida than it is in Nebraska?
just a little, just a
Yeah,
little.
we're in a deep freeze, and our heated. We have I don't. Did you ever have one of these, Andrew? We have a heated mattress.
Uh, no, I've never had one.
Okay, I mean a lot of people have had a heated blanket, but we have a heated mattress pad, and they eventually die. And ours died last night.
Oh.
A new one will be here tomorrow, but with separate control for back and feet and stuff. Two different sections of the.
Yeah, nice.
But it's a nice thing because it heats up from below versus on top.
Yes, that's what I would like that better.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. We've had one for a long time. Hey, Carrie, April, Carrie's back in Florida. Hello, you're not in Florida.
No, it's
Oh,
probably cold where
we
we
should go
live.
hang out in Florida.
Yes, we should.
So,
Come on down.
yeah,
Much warmer. No.
it is cold, and that cold is coming east. We're supposed to be in a frigid, a cold snap east. So, yeah, I don't like it. But this too shall pass. I mean, people are like, well, then it's going to be a colder winter, and we're going to go through more gas and more natural gas and more oil heat and more. And it's like you're having a weak cold snap, okay? What it means is you're going to sell some winter coats, so you're going to sell some boots, you're going to sell some winter coats, you're going to get rid of some of that. Frost on Thursday, whoa, in Florida.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and
Leonard and his plants, he may have to do some extra tending this week.
we actually watched a news thing about covering plants and that you should not use a sheet because it's too heavy. You should get this material that's a frost.
Yes, Nana has that. Nana has that for when Nana used to really care for the outdoor plants. She would have things that
Yeah.
it looked interesting to the neighbors when you drove by our house.
I really did.
Oh,
Yeah,
coldest in 2
Canadian
years. See? But this too shall pass.
I like Karen's comment. The Canadian is rolling her eyes.
The Canadian, yes. Well, I have been there and froze my patootie off in Canada during the winter.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that makes
Karen, you have a very interesting yin yang. You have the Omaha side of you, you have the Canadian side of you, and you have the Arizona side of you. Okay, where you spend significant time. So, it seems like, you choose which personality you like at the time. I'm just saying. Okay, but I'm going to give a shout out to Karen for a second because she reached out. She wanted to make sure she was looking. Her fiscal year is May 1st to the end of April. Okay, so she's not worried about taxes and everything. Well, she is worried. She's trying to get her stuff organized and making sure she's looking at the right reports now, so it's easier when it's tax time. We were having a thing earlier. The Arizona side of you is winning right now. Nice, nice. Well, it's great to have everybody here. Okay, great to have Angie joining me again. I love this. 2 times this year. 2 times this year already. Second broadcast and Angie's here again.
New.
Who knew? I didn't know. I didn't know till she's here. Let's get started with our unique daily quotes. Our next quote is, "Courage is not the towering oak that sees storms come and go. It's the fragile blossom that opens in the snow." Courage. There you go.
I like that.
I like that too. I like that too.
I like that.
All
Great.
right. So we were talking the other night, Angie. We were talking about, and this is so important, okay, because it really sets the stage for the whole year. And that's why we're talking so much about it. That is why we want to get your mind around it, because the mind is a terrible thing. Okay, it is a wonderful thing, but it can be a terrible thing. You got to remember 99% of the worst things that have ever happened to you happened up here in your head. Okay? 99% of the worst things that have ever happened to you happened in your head. And it is a terrible rabbit hole to go down, but it can also be an incredibly powerful and empowering rabbit hole, okay, that sets you up to reach new heights. So we had given everybody a couple of homework assignments from the other night, and we said it was going to be sort of something we were working on during January. But one of them was to find 12 points of light, okay, from last year. Okay, 12 points of light from last year. And so I'm going to give you guys, we are nothing but authentic here. Okay, we walk the walk. We own our authenticity. As Angie said just before we came on, she's keeping it real.
Keeping it weird, real, creepy hair.
She's got crazy hair on tonight. Hey, Jessica. Okay, we're all keeping it real. And so, the 12 points of light are supposed to represent 12 wins from last year. So if you didn't watch the other day's broadcast, simply amazing. You got to go back and watch Wednesday's broadcast, Wednesday the 1st. Okay. April didn't do her homework. Ooh, I got to go get her paycheck out of the mail. I already mailed it. I already dropped it at the post office. But we talked about 12 points of light, representing 12 successes, 12 wins from the last year. Okay. The idea being that it represents one from every month. Okay. But maybe you had 3 in one month, none in another, and that's okay. It's not about winning every day. It's not about knocking it out of the park every day. You started but didn't get to 12. Did you is one of your 12, Jessica? So I'm gonna put you on the spot since you put yourself out there, Jessica. Is one of the 12 that you went completely out of your comfort zone and attended a seminar in Orlando during a hurricane? Okay. But it should be. It should be, because that was a business changing event for you. That was a life changing event for you that you went out of your comfort zone and did that trip. It's the first one. All right. Good job.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. But I'm going to be transparent, honest, as I always am. Second getting home during hey.
That was a win.
Hey,
But can I say something on that though?
Yeah.
You know what I think was the biggest win on Jessica getting home that day? Was how everybody, like a large group of people, rallied around her that she had never met before at the Make It Happen workshop. She met these people, and they rallied around and they were finding her ways to get home.
Love it.
To make sure that she wasn't stuck. So it was one of those things that, sure, she got home, but the way that she made it all work was just so cool to watch everybody contribute to make sure that she was okay.
Yes, that is awesome on Jessica, and that is true, Karen. You had a heck of a year. But there's people around you. You can't list the touching a $2 bill or looking at a $2 bill as one of your successes of last year, Jessica. I'll tell you that. Okay.
So yeah.
Yes, we do make lifelong friendships, Heather. Absolutely. But I'll tell you, okay, I went down after this broadcast the other day, okay, being transparent,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and Cassandra's like, okay, smarty pants, what are your 12? And I'm like, how, what do you mean? She's like, you just did this whole broadcast about 12 points of light. What are your 12 points of light? And so she sat me down and made me work on my 12 points of light, okay, from last year. And it's like, you can't talk about it if you're not doing it. And fair enough. And I had intended to, but I didn't intend to do it in that moment. To complete the exercise that I had set forth, I thought I had till Sunday. I thought I had a little bit of time. But these things are so important because as we move from your 12 points of light to your 25 sparks, okay, okay, as we move from points of light to points of spark, okay, to ignite your spark, okay, it is important to also understand where the heck you actually are, okay, where the heck you are right now, because you can't go where you want to go. Okay, like when you're using GPS or when you're trying to map something out, it asks you start from here. Like, where are you starting from? Okay, where are you starting from? You can't hit your sparks if you don't know where you're starting from. Okay, you can't go to that level. And it's okay even when a goal happens later. So I'm going to use another example. Again, it's transparent and everything else. Many of you saw that post Cassandra did with that big new space. Okay, that was a year in the making. Okay, it came together really quick. Let me tell you, I can even tell you the day. December 6th was the first time I saw that space. December 6th, I saw it, and we got keys January 2nd. Okay, but that's not the road. I mean, Angie knows. I've been working on that all year long, and we
Yeah.
had lots of them that were really close.
But didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, and I've actually never had one as close as one of them was that fell completely apart. I mean, because I'm a handshake guy, let's figure things out. But I had one that fell completely apart, and but I had many in between. I had floor plans that I sent Angie that said I need your help planning this out. It was a year-long fest because it was on our goal card for 2024. It was on our goal for our stores for 2024 that we knew we needed this to be able to for growth. We knew we needed to get a space that was bigger to do that growth. So that was part of our plan. Finished a couple days into 2025. Does that matter that we fell a little short, Angie?
No.
Okay, that we won't be in until February. I mean, the goal is to be open and operating there February 1st. Maybe we'll hit it, maybe we'll fall a little short. But we are on that path because we know where we are. Okay, we know where we are. And we know where we want to be. Okay, so it is incredibly important knowing where you actually are. Okay, knowing where you are in business, knowing what your skill set is, knowing what your strengths are, knowing what your weaknesses, knowing what you need to look at. Okay, and not being afraid to look at how would we redo everything. Okay, imagine it. Okay, it is the imagine. I got my Disney shirt on tonight. Okay, but it is about imagination. Imagine if you redesigned something from the ground up. If you taking everything you know now, okay, and redesigned your intake process, redesigned your checkout area, redesigned your sales floor, like Heather did this year. Redesign everything. Okay, knock down walls like Karen did. Okay, and then find out you can't do that way, but you have to put in emergency doors like in a hospital that can close. If there's a fire. Okay, I mean, all the things, these learning opportunities that we do, but we don't lose track of where we are, okay? Because it's incredibly important to know where you are. I mean, Angie, isn't that straight out of the 911 playbook? Where are you? I mean, isn't that one of the 911? What's your emergency? Where are you? I mean, it's a top 5 question, isn't it? Number 2?
It's a number. Well, it's probably number 3. Yeah.
Now, number 3 question. Give me 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead.
Do you need fire, medical, or rescue?
Okay.
And then what's your callback number? So that in case they're disconnected, they can.
Okay. Kind of. Where are you? Okay. How do I find you?
What's the location of your emergency?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Where are you? Okay. That's what 911 asks. That's what we ask about your business.
Yeah.
Okay. 911 asks, where are you?
Yeah.
Okay. That is what we ask.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I tell you where I'm at right now?
Sure.
I only had 8 points of light until you started talking, and now I'm up to 9.
All right.
But I've only got 9. And April and I worked together last week, and that's probably why she doesn't have her 12 done, is because
Oh, sure. Give April a pass.
I would give her, with all the stuff that we got done, I would give April a major pass. But it's like, I only have 9, and I'm not, because I can't think back. I just am drawing blanks after what I have. So
And that's okay. Okay. You got to give yourself a little bit of grace there with that. One. So how do we remember some things? Okay. One of the ways, like, we keep a calendar. So looking back over our calendar and some of the things that we did. Okay. And sometimes that's hard. Like, we did an amazing Disney cruise last year, and I was like, oh my God, was that last year? But when I look back at the calendar, we had an amazing time and an amazing family trip. Yeah, sometimes it is easier to think of somebody else's than it is to think of your own. Okay. I mean, I was named America's retail champion. I mean, how freaking cool is that? That's a point of light on my card from last year.
pretty.
But these are my personal point. These are personal points and things that we did. And these moments and these things are so important. Okay, because when you acknowledge them, when you look at them, when you accumulate them over time, okay, when Rylan was in elementary school, they used to have the good book. Okay.
It's a good book.
What's the good book?
Well,
Well,
I'm thinking the Bible, but that's probably not.
it kind of for the school. So why do people go to why do students go to the principal's office?
They're in trouble.
They're in trouble. We had a relationship. We were friends. Mr. Buckley and I. But yeah, so in Rylands Elementary School, they sent people to the principal's office for doing good. Okay, and created this annual book of good that people throughout the school did. Okay. And so you got sent to the principal's office for doing good.
I like that.
I like that. So you created this. You may not remember this moment. You may not remember this thing, but it created this amazing book of good. Okay, not only in your day, okay, but throughout the school year, okay, which was amazing. You would have never even met the principal. I don't know for the good book, April, or for the other, for the reason people are sent to the principal normally. Um, so these are important things. These are important things. So that's why we encourage this, because not only to know where you've been, but where you actually are. Okay. Where are you actually? Because that matters. I want you to be in an amazing place. Where are you? Where are you?
We're all getting there, right?
We are getting there. It's the
Okay.
incremental steps. There is no one step to success. It is the all these incremental steps that bring us to where we are supposed to be. And that is what's so amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, do you want me to go into mine?
Yes. Yeah, hit us with a couple. You don't have to give us the whole list, but hit us with a couple highlights from yours, Angie.
My list, my 12 points. Well, I would say, to make it happen was, I put it as one. I did some trips with my husband in the RV. I did some trips to the beach. We did our Pink is the New Black Friday.
Ooh, that was a great one.
We did our Emporia presentation at the beginning of last year.
Yep.
I have that one on there. I have the revamping of the website and Next Level Academy.
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah, and going to the WizBank conference.
Yep.
And then some certification stuff that I did. So that was my 9. So I'm still working on number 10, 11, and 12.
All right.
I'll come up with that. I'm working on that.
Maybe
Right.
you can knit a sweater from Muttley, and that could be one of your points of light.
I don't think Muttley needs a sweater.
It's gonna get cold this week.
I know it is going to get cold this week, but
I'm okay. Well, I'm ready to ignite something, Angie. So
Yeah,
let's talk about our sparks, because we're getting up there in time here tonight.
Yeah. So this I'm hoping is going to come back and be on my list, on my 12 points at the end of 2025, is that the Spark blueprint actually, I want to say actually works, but that it works for me, because why are you taking pictures?
I'm doing my homework for April.
Okay.
April asked me to do something. I follow directions.
Okay. Hey, April. So it's one of those, so the Spark blueprint it's 25 for 25, and it's igniting your year. And it's just small actionable prompts that you can turn into great wins, and they just ignite. They blow up over the year, and you're as excited about them at the end of the year as you are at the beginning of the year. But each spark has to align with your life, right? So what I did was I took my 25 sparks that I had created for myself, and I let them sit for a minute. How many days? 4 or 5 days. What is today? The 5th. So they sat for 5 days. And I kept thinking about them, what was on my list, and I kept going over them and just kind of wondering, are they the 25? Because I'm an overthinker, but not me. But I wanted to look at this 25 and be realistic and not feel overwhelmed, simplify them where I could, and just make them feel more like me. So I looked to see where there's some duplication, and I cut some out or combined some and revamped them. And I also I wrote some notes down. I checked to see gaps where I felt like I was missing something. So I changed some wording too, because I didn't like the wording. It wasn't calling to me like it was something that I should be doing. So I simplified them, I combined them, and I removed and replaced them. And and I added some new ones that weren't on my list. But some of the things, it was just important for me to sit there and think about them, because if they're not made for me in the right way, I'm gonna ignore them. I'll be honest, I would ignore them. So I really had to put it in my own terms, even better. And so like one I had just like time block priorities. And sure, I can time block priorities, but then I rewrote it to protect my time for priorities. Um, and
Oh, I like that.
right, and scheduling daily blocks for projects and structure. So I needed to make it from, again, from just time block priorities to protect my time for priorities. Hi, Ellen. So it was really important for me to like just make it so it was going to work and make
I
it
love it.
really be actionable. So again, so that's kind of what I did, but I also took it, like Neil, you said earlier about you guys had the new space on your plan for 2024, and the why was for growth, so you could grow. So it was looking at some of these sparks and also looking at the whys behind them and like, okay, is my why good enough for this to be a spark? And so that's how I removed some and simplified them because the why wasn't there. The why just wasn't there.
Right.
Um,
And the why makes it personal. Okay. Why is this? Why is this? Why for me? Why for my community? Why for my team? Why? To an extent, you have to be a 2-year-old there. Why?
yes, why?
Okay.
But
Why?
so that's what I did this last 5 days was I just kind of sat on them and changed them and reworded them and um, you know, I've got to like this one I said, I got to protect my time because
Right.
if I don't protect my time, then something else on my spark list is not going to get done because I have to juggle everything else over here. So it's one of those things is I have to this is the year that I have to figure that out. This is the year. This is the
This
year.
is the year.
Y'all heard it. This is the year. I got to figure this out.
And
And,
you will.
and,
I mean, will because that's a priority because you've made it a priority.
right.
And the important thing with this, Angie, is I'm saying you will, even though as you say the goal, you have no idea how you're going to accomplish it.
No,
Okay.
no,
And it's not about having all the answers. It's not about having the how is this going to be. It is doing that. We'll talk more about the timelines in a coming up episode, Rose. Don't worry. We'll talk about timelines.
yeah,
We'll talk about realistic, achievable goals for that. We'll talk about how to do that and how to break that up because that's important too. It's an important part of accountability, but it's an important part of moving yourself forward and inching yourself forward with it.
right.
So,
And Rose, I will say that um the timelines that there's timelines by date, but really the timelines that I set were more of priority. Like these really need to get done. These really need to get done. So my sparks are kind of done in priority tasks. Um, but they all will be accomplished by the end of 2025.
I love it.
That's the goal. That's my goal.
I love it because if you aim at nothing, you're bound to hit it.
Exactly.
That is awesome, Angie. I love it.
Yeah.
And April already says you're off to a great start 5 days in. I love it. Well, this is how we do it. This is how we move ourselves forward to it.
Oh, I know. You should have seen April and I when we were together. It was
Scary good. Scary good is what I'll call it.
Wish we could have recorded it. We talked about recording it because there's so much good stuff that we were doing and getting done. Yeah.
I love it.
You
know what else I love, Angie?
What, Neil? Tell me.
This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store where you can like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you click that bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. We are here every Sunday and Wednesday, sometimes with Angie, sometimes not. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with our unique daily quotes. I read you one already about courage, and this is good, especially for a lot of the country right now. Our next quote is, "In the depths of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer." An invincible summer.
Like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I'm here with Angie Halous. We do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a make it happen party where Angie's been working on that. She came up with ideas. She said I basically have already written mine with the topic we covered, her and I talked about the other day. So there's amazing stuff happening. We love happening with you. We will party with you. But until then, and until Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, but most importantly, yes, you're not alone running this store. And I just realized Wednesday is the 8th. So it'll be the 8th at More 8 Than Ish. See you then. Have a great night, everybody.
See you guys.
It's time for dinner.
Dessert.